like to invite Dr. Shankar P. Sharma. He's an ambassador of Embassy of Nepal. We welcoming you, sir. Everyone give a big, big round of applause for Dr. Shankar P. Sharma. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon and namaste. It's a great honor for me to have been invited to this August gathering of entrepreneurs in Delhi. I work here, not very far from here, Embassy of Nepal, Mandi House area. I was thinking that, yes, I think this is a great opportunity to introduce Nepal, especially in terms of investment, trade, because this is the idea of having the networking basically. So I thought that I'll come and speak with you this afternoon, although today is a Saturday. I see a big crowd of people over here. But Nepal, I think most of you probably have already been to Nepal, I guess, many of you. It's not very far from here. Nepal, I think, is strategically located between India and China. So if we talk about the population, I think it covers close to 3 billion people in both countries. So we are strategically located. Talking about India, I think we have open border between India and Nepal. And then if we see just in the south, east and west of Nepal, because it's open border, connectivity is so good, probably you can have the access to 500 million people immediately with a short distance, within a short distance. So Nepal's working group population, if we talk about 15 to 59, I think 62%. So everybody is working. We are not aging population, just like in India. I guess India also has the demographic dividend, so as many developing countries. We have that advantage. So anything that is produced in Nepal, I think we are so fortunate that that can come to India duty-free, quota-free. So except for, let's say, liquor, tobacco, there are few items, 4 or 5 items, but otherwise anything that is produced in Nepal can come to India duty-free, quota-free. It's not only in India. If we talk about European countries, because Nepal being the least developed country, everything but arms. I think anything that we produced in Nepal can go to all the European countries without any duty and without any quota. So that's also the advantage to Nepal. So we also have GSP, that's called Generalized System of Preference, and the lowest tariff by the United States on Nepali products, even today. I think most of the countries are facing problem of tariff with US, but we have the lowest tariff even in US. And by the way, I think after India, the second largest export destination of Nepal is the United States. Bilateral long-term power purchase agreement has been done between India and Nepal. So we have agreement with India saying that we will be able to export 10,000 megawatt in 10 years time. So that's the reason why lot of Indian entrepreneurs, especially hydropower entrepreneurs, they are going to Nepal. They have already started working and in the generation project in Nepal in the hydroelectricity area. BIPA, I think this is called Bilateral Investment Promotion and Protection Agreement. We have done this kind of agreement with many countries. Double taxation avoidance agreement has also been done with many countries in the world. We also are the part of BIMSTEC and SAFTA. That's the reason, I guess, many countries among these regions, BIMSTEC countries and SAFTA, we can also export duty-free and quota-free. Nepal also has lots of industrial estates and special economic zone where Nepal offers subsidized land for lease longer term. But I think companies, they can also buy land under their 100% ownership. For industries established within special economic zone, there is a 50% discount in the 100% tax exemption for the first 5 years and 50% exemption for the next 5 years. Similarly, I think it's the same rule for the dividends. So 100% repatriation of investment income is also allowed, and national treatment to all. So I think these are some of the advantages in Nepal, especially I think in the industrial state and special economic zone. But if you want to go to a bit remote areas, I think the advantages will multiply and expand. So India's competitive advantage, I think specifically to India, is we have about two-thirds of our trade with India. And if we see the investment in Nepal, about 30% of the total stock of investment in Nepal have been provided by India. So we have, I think, plenty of investment in Nepal from India. So that's not a problem, and they are making, all of them, they are making good profit in the country. The cost of transportation in importing raw materials, especially from India, I think it's much lower because we are all connected and we have open border, and that means the cost of transportation, basically imports of raw materials and export of final products, is almost negligible. The language, I guess, is not a barrier because most of the people in Nepal, they, I'll say, educated people, they understand, they can speak Hindi. Even the rural people in Nepal, they can understand Hindi if you speak slowly, but not the other way around. So that means you will have the advantage of language also in Nepal. That's not a barrier. The weather is a big advantage to all the investors in Nepal because Nepal, I think we have more than 80% hilly region, very favorable climate, and then even in Kathmandu, that's the capital city, probably even today, I think our temperature is about 30-31 because this is the time when we have the maximum temperature goes up to 32-33. That's the maximum. But the winter time, I guess, it little gets chilly, but it's very pleasant. It doesn't snow in Kathmandu Valley. India is also a strategic location, and I think once you are in Nepal, you can export to India and rest of the countries so easily. So Nepal's domestic market is also increasing very rapidly, and the most advantage for the Indian investor is that Nepali currency is pegged with Indian currency. So that means you don't have this exchange rate risk. Now coming back to tourism, I guess, I don't want to go into details on this one, but Nepal very recently, I think last year, Nepal was described by Make My Trip that this is the best destination for natural tourism, nature tourism. So if we see National Geographic, it has said it's a photographic dream. Nepal is a photographic dream. And land of gods where every direction holds divinity. So if we see Forbes, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, any magazine, I guess, they have either said this is one of the best destinations in the world, best natural destination. But we all know that I think Nepal has so many advantages. Number one is mountaineering. So out of 10 highest peaks in the world, 8 of them they are in Nepal. So if we are talking about trekking, I think 80% of our land, as I said before, they are in the mountainous region, meaning that you'll have trekking area all over the places. So you don't have to go to the high mountain, but also in the low mountain you can go for trekking. The hill stations, I think anywhere you go in Nepal, I think it's like a hill station. Although we have not developed to a large extent, except for some places like Pokhara and Dhankuta and Surkhet, some of these places. But otherwise, I think most of the places in Nepal, hilly areas, you'll have the hill station. Now coming back to spiritual tourism and wellness tourism, culturally, I think Nepal and India, we are linked. We have same religious belief as well as same civilizational origin, meaning that I think you will not feel a line in Nepal. I think so. That means cultural tourism in terms of Buddhism, Hinduism. I think we are very good on that one. So just like Pasupatinath, Muktinath, you all know about those places, Lumbini. the birthplace of Buddha, Janakpur, where Sita got married. So I think Ram Sita got married. So I think there are so many religious places which are well known in India, and everybody would like to go and visit Nepal. So in terms of basically heritage, I think we are talking about heritage. So Kathmandu itself has 7 World Heritage Sites like Bauddha, Swayambhunath, Pashupatinath and all these places. And 24% of our land is under the national park. So enormous opportunities in terms of safari tourism, natural tourism, mountain climbing, trekking, mountaineering, and all kinds of adventurous tourism basically. But I think we still need to do more about that. So I think the hospitality business is also one of the areas where people can invest in this area. On the top of that, I think India is number 1 in terms of sending the tourists in Nepal. So almost, I think last year about 1/3 of our tourists came from in India. So I think these are some of the advantages that we also see, not only to travel but also to invest in Nepal. So with that, I think if you have any question, I'll be happy to answer. But otherwise, this is a brief introduction of Nepal. I'm sure, I think, even if you don't want to do any business, you can travel and see what Nepal offers. Thank you so much.